Ugandan human rights defender and journalist Agather Atuhaire has finally been released a day after her counterpart Kenyan activist Boniface Mwangi was freed from the confines of the Tanzanian authorities. She was abandoned earlier today at Mutukula, the Uganda-Tanzanian border. The two journalists and activists were arrested in Dar es Salaam, Tanzania, where they had gone to attend trial of the leading Tanzanian opposition figure, Tundu Lissu.
Bano abantu abatufuga bamanye nti bote basobola kukola bye baagala essaawa eyo najje baagaliramu.
Today, activists from different civil society organizations came together to fight for the rights of their just-released fellow activist, Agather Atuhaire, as they demanded for justice to be served, not only calling out the Tanzanian government to apologize for the brutality inflicted, but also demanding that Tanzania be taken to court.
We want to categorically restate that both Boniface Mwangi, the Kenyan, and Agather Atuhaire, the Ugandan, are human rights defenders who were illegally detained by Tanzanian authorities since Monday, the 19th of May 2025.
Counsel Kato narrated the occurrences which led to the abduction of the Ugandan human rights defender in Tanzania, stating that they were not given proper grounds as to why the activists were arrested or where they were being withheld.
We were staying at Serena Hotel in Dar es Salaam, and we left Serena to attend the court session. And after the court session, we returned back to the hotel. And as we were having lunch, that's when the people in plain clothes came on our table and they demanded to arrest one of us. Surprisingly, they were shocked that we could even ask the questions as to why are you arresting one of us? What are the reasons? They were shocked, and the man was very angry. I believe he was the zonal head of their security, or whatever position they hold. The advantage that happened, because I should say that the manner of arrest was not too violent, I should say. However much harsh it was, however much they never wanted to be asked any question, but it was not violent at that time, because we were in a hotel room where we had lunch, so it was packed, and therefore the hotel management couldn't also allow the violence in that room. But whatever happened after that is violence, is torture, and all the rest.
It is stated that Agather Atuhaire is not in good shape, seeing as she is nursing injuries inflicted on her during her detention. However, by press time, Agatha was being transported back to Kampala to receive medical treatment.
On 22nd, we heard from Boniface Mwangi, the Kenyan activist who was arrested along with Agather Atuhaire. The only thing what we got from Boniface was that both of them were tortured together, and a lot of horrible things were done to them. But even Boniface, in his communication, worried about what could be going on with Agatha since she was still in incarceration. So from when Boniface was released, we were much more worried because we knew what happened to both of them, but we were also worried about what was continuously happening to her until today morning when she was dumped at the border in Mutukula. The sister and other colleagues have picked her up, and she's currently in transit. We are in communication. Now, what we know as of now is that she was beaten badly. She was treated horribly in ways that we think that she on her own should be able to tell.
According to Kato Musime, an official letter was written to the embassy seeking for a formal apology from the Tanzanian government to the two activists and alert them about a court appearance for the human rights violations.
We should say we have made it formally written to the embassy here in Uganda on behalf of the Tanzanian government to formally apologize and publicly apologize to these two individuals, Agatha and Boniface Mwangi. But we should say that it will not stop on making an apology itself, because as these people come, settle down, receive some treatment, we shall be able to discuss the legalities of this issue and take actions, because we shall not only demand for apologies, but we shall take actions against the government of Tanzania for torturing individuals of the East African community, for mistreating them, for detaining them beyond the reasonable hours, and therefore violating their human rights that are respectable in East Africa, that are respectable internationally under the different laws that govern us. So we shall take actions legally, but with the instructions of those individuals that we proceed to sue the government of Tanzania, That's where the compensation bit will come in.
Ugandans have been called upon to fight for their rights, speaking up against the human rights violations in the country, demanding for accountability and the rule of law.
This is a wake-up call to Ugandans that we shouldn't allow people to lay nests on our heads and lay eggs in there and even hatch in there. It is time that we begin to speak up and demand before our country gets worse.